All right, for the first episode of Quality Life, I had to do something very special. This episode, we're going to dive into why strength training improves your quality of life. This hits directly on one of the pillars of our health. This is in the movement pillar. I believe that in order to sustain a quality of life, you need to have movement. Now, movement looks like many forms. Today, we are diving into strength training. Strength training is one of the most important things that you can do for your body. Without muscle, you can't move. Without muscle, you injure yourself. Without muscle, life itself becomes way more difficult. Strength training is near and dear to my heart. Join us as we discuss the importance of strength training and tell you how you can incorporate it into your everyday life. Hello everybody, I appreciate you for your support. Now, in this episode of Quality Life, we're going to hit one of the three pillars that I talk about in health, which is mind, movement, and food. Today we're hitting the movement pillar. So today we're at Discover Strength Training, and I'm going to let you take it away from here. I want you to tell me about this wonderful place and tell me what you all do and give us a little bit of background of yourself.
All right. Hi everyone, my name is Kweku Okori. I am the managing partner of Discover Strength, a franchise here in Chavano Park. Now at Discover Strength, our main focus is just on the strength training, nothing else. So we don't do cardio, we don't do anything like stretching or anything like that. We want to focus solely on the strength training part. Now, our main focus is to make sure that everybody has access to strength training. Now, whether it's a 6-year-old kid or 90-year-old granddad, we want to make sure it's accessible to everybody. Our main focus when it comes to strength training is evidence-based. So we want to make sure that everything we do with client follows what the latest research is saying on how to train, right? A lot of times when people think about strength training, they straight away go to what a bodybuilder looks like or influencers, you know, we want to shift the mindset from that. We want you to focus more on the medicinal benefits. So looking at resistance training more as medicine than just something that you have to do to look a certain way.
Correct.
So that is what we are about. Now, for us, we want to cater to the busy professionals. So people who don't have time to go to the gym, quote unquote, to the gym multiple times in a week and do exercises that they don't see the results. So that's where we come in. You train twice a week with a strength trainer, an exercise physiologist. Twice a week, we personalize the workout to what your goals are. And within that 2 times a week that you come in, you see the same benefit as somebody who goes in multiple times in the gym. So for us, efficiency is key, right? And then one other thing that separates us from other studios would be the caliber of people we hire. So our main focus is make sure that when we pair a client with a trainer, that trainer has at least a bachelor's degree in exercise science. So somebody who can talk to the client about what the latest research is saying, how to train that client, not just somebody with a certification and telling you to lift a certain weight and a certain number of reps, but educate you on the science of strength training. So that's what sets us apart. That's what Discover Strength is about.
Hey, I saw that and I got to digging because I was like, whoa, box gyms aren't doing this. Other training programs, they're not doing this. Especially when you have exercise physiologists. Because I did my research. Tell me more about the distinction between a personal trainer and a exercise physiologist.
All right. So a personal trainer and exercise physiologist, like I was saying earlier. Now, a personal trainer is somebody who's going to take a certification and going to sit down to get,
they have a certain
training, got their certification. But exercise physiologist is somebody who's gone to college, studied the science, anatomy, physiology, all that when it comes to the human body and how the human body reacts when we put it under stress, right? And based on that, they have an in-depth knowledge of what's happening to the client when they're training, or when the client comes in with other issues. They can, based on the education, be able to make informed decisions. Say, hey, based on what you're sharing with me, this is going to be the game plan, because they have a great understanding of what the human body is capable of doing.
Correct.
And how to challenge it. So that is the key distinction between personal trainer an exercise physiologist. Personal trainer is more about the certifications, getting the certifications from different governing bodies, but an exercise physiologist is more on the education. So taking the time to learn on how to train people based on the science and anatomy of the human body.
All that, the anatomy, the biology. So my bachelor's is in exercise science. I really appreciate it because at the time that I graduated and I got into the training world, there were my elders that had all their certs and stuff like that, and we just have conversations, and I would say, hey, did you consider this, in our brainstorming? And it's deeply needed when you're talking about training someone, because I think it works for the general population, but what about when you want to get specialized and you want to reach an audience where, hey, they're not going to have the time that comes in, and they're going to come in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They're coming in all this time, right? Some people aren't going to have that time. So how do you specifically train this person when you might just have once a week with them or twice a week? How do you empower them to make the right choice away from the gym and feel confident in, hey, my trainer told me that I'm doing this, so I'm going to do this, and this is going to help this, right? Because once you start giving them your knowledge, now they have that knowledge and they feel more confident. And I feel like it should be, you teach them, you guide them, and they get to a point after like a year or so where they're like, hey, I got this. They can stand on their 2 feet. So I'm curious, when you talk about the busy professionals that you're helping, you talk about some of the ways that you're helping them, just everyday little things.
So you did talk about, we talked about it.
Yes, the time.
So one of the things that, in my experience, some of the things that I've noticed with busy professionals, especially those who tend to sit a lot for work, they tend to have a lot or higher cases of lower back issues. That's where we come in with the experience that we have, the knowledge to have, and the machines that we have. We can cater to that client who has that issue. Now, let's say another person comes in that have some shoulder issues, shoulder injuries.
Yep, shoulder.
We come in, we help them, we have exercises, we have programs that can cater to that. Now, we have to be clear on this. We are not physical therapists, so we cannot guarantee you or put you on something, or I would say diagnose you with anything.
Correct.
But if you come in and you share with us some of the things that you're going through, we have programs that can help.
Right. Corrective exercise.
That's what we can help you with that. Now, some of the things that we also do with busy professionals, focusing on the way we train people. It's for us, we think, we believe if you train to momentary muscle failure, you get more benefit out of it.
Oh, 100%.
Than, people who go in and do multiple sets. So training to momentary muscle failure elicit more muscle fiber activation and more muscle fiber stimulus, and also at rest you tend to burn more calories.
Correct.
So busy professionals who don't have time to do that, they're thinking about, how can I get a whole lot of my workout? How can I? Most people have this desire to lose fat, burn calories and all that, but they do not want to train to do that.
They have to train.
Spend all these hours doing that. So you come in with us, train to momentary muscle failure will help you based on what your needs are. It'll help you burn more calories. So that's 100%. One of the things that we also really focus on, making sure that people are training to momentary muscle failure. If you come in with any musculoskeletal issues, we will design a program to help you avoid any further injuries. Our whole goal is to make sure that you leave here better than you came in.
You go. I appreciate that so much.
That's what we hang our cap on. Yeah.
So a lot of good things to unpack, and I hope this is touching people. I hope that this inspires somebody to come in. And so this is what I'm thinking. There's a lot of myths when it comes to stepping foot anywhere near weights. So I kind of want to dismantle some of those myths. So what are some of those preconceived notions that you have seen people experience when it comes to resistance training and wellness?
I will go with a very common one, especially when it comes to ladies. Usually when they come in, a lot of people have this notion of they believe that when they lift weights, they'll become bulky like men, but it's a myth. It's not gonna happen. Now, two things that we have to consider when we think about that: genetics and nutrition. So if your genetics, you're predisposed to build more muscle, be muscular, then it will happen. But 99% of women, it's not gonna happen. We have trainers who've been training for years and they don't look like men. What you do is you get stronger, and that's what will happen, and it will make everything in your life much easier. Another thing that you hear, because what we do, we use machines only. People have this misconception that free weights are better than machines. So they don't want to go.
I want to get into that, right?
And all they want to do is do free weights. So when they come in and see that all they have is machines, they're a little bit skeptical about working with us. But there is no extra benefit from doing free weights or doing machines. You're gonna get the same results.
That was part 1 to Quality Life. If you would like to see part 2, where we're getting even deeper into content matter of strength training and how it affects your quality of life, all you have to do is like this video. That's all you have to do. Like this video if you'd like to see the second part to this episode.